Get my selections in. Gotta make sure I get my selections in. All right. Bingo. Test. Can you hear me? Test one, test two, test one. There we go. All right. Happy Sabbath, everybody. All right. It's good to stand before you on the Lord's Sabbath day. And my name is Brother Jared, for those who may not know. And reading for me today is my esteemed reader and colleague, Brother Charles. How you doing today?
Sabbath.
All right. Well, first, let's go ahead and get started with the reading of the law. Then we'll get the intro into this lesson, and then we will go from there. Because I definitely want to dig in and eat today, as I do every Saturday. Exodus chapter 20. Exodus 20 and verse 1. 20 and 1. When you get there, go ahead and read.
And God spake all these words, saying,
Uh-huh.
I am the Lord thy God,
That's right.
which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt,
Uh-huh.
out of the house of bondage.
That's right.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Uh-huh.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image,
Right.
or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above,
Right.
or that is in the earth beneath,
Right.
or that is in the water under the earth.
Uh-huh.
Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God,
That's right.
visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation
Uh-huh.
of them that hate me,
That's right.
and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain,
Right.
for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain.
Uh-huh.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work.
That's right.
But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
Uh-huh.
In it thou shalt not do any work,
Right.
thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
Go ahead.
For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth,
That's right.
the sea, and all that in them is,
Go ahead.
and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it.
Uh-huh.
Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal,
Uh-huh.
thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor,
That's right.
thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house,
Uh-huh.
thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's.
Appreciate that. Now, can we please go to the Ecclesiastes chapter 12? Ecclesiastes chapter 12. See if it changed. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, and we'll read verses 13 and 14. Ecclesiastes 12, 13 and 14. When you get there, go ahead and read.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Uh-huh.
Fear God and keep his commandments.
That's right.
For this is the whole duty of man.
That's right.
For God shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
Uh-huh. Now let's go to Revelation chapter 22. Revelation 22. And see if it's still the same. Pick it up at verse 14. 22 and 14. When you get there, go ahead and read.
Blessed are they that do his commandments,
Uh-huh.
that they may have the right to the tree of life,
That's right.
and may enter in through the gates into the city.
That's right.
For without are dogs,
Uh-huh.
and sorcerers,
Right.
and whoremongers,
Uh-huh.
and murderers, and idolaters, and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie.
And whosoever makes a lie, and whosoever loves a lie, that was made. All right. Appreciate that, Brother Charles. All right. Well, today we want to get into a lesson that's called the healing hand of the Lord. The healing hand of the Lord. Because it's one thing that as you go through life, you'll find yourself dealing with different ailments or diseases or sicknesses. Times of trouble, times when it's like your body just doesn't feel right. You feel a little bit off. Your hormones out of balance, whatever it is, you haven't got enough vitamin D, as they say, you haven't drank enough water, whatever it is, from time to time, you feel a little bit off. But one thing that I want to go to is I want to start this off in Psalm 68 and show how the book says don't forget something that you have an advantage to get. You have you have the ability to take advantage of something. So let's go to Psalm 68, because we're going to show sometimes there's causes, sometimes it's not necessarily a cause, but sometimes you still have to seek out the right solution. So that's what we're going to take our time to see this today, and we'll see that this is actually one of the tools of the Lord sometimes to just get our attention. Psalms 68. 68, and we'll pick this up at verse 19. 68 and 19. When you get there, go ahead and read.
Blessed be the Lord.
Blessed be the Lord. Go ahead.
Who daily loadeth us with benefits.
Who daily loadeth us with what?
Benefits.
Benefits, right?
Yes, sir.
But hold up. Does that mean that the Lord gonna send you from heaven Care First card?
No.
Kaiser Permanente? Aflac? No, remember, you have to understand who you ultimately appeal to. Yes, you have actual benefits, but you can also understand, just like in man's world, they have different judicial courts, right? But then there's the Supreme Court, where they appeal to for the higher authority for what they're trying to get resolved. You're able to appeal to the Lord, the highest court, for daily benefits. Go ahead.
Even the God of our salvation, Selah.
That's right.
He that is our God is the God of salvation.
He's the God of salvation. Go ahead.
And unto God the Lord belong the issues from death.
Unto God the Lord belong the issues from death. He's the one that opens the door and lets you go out, because you have now been issued from death. That's the one who does that. But he says he loads you with what? Daily benefits. See, the children of Israel, when they left Egypt, it said that their clothes didn't wax old and their feet didn't swell. They were being loaded daily with benefits. You mean you walking for miles in the barren desert and you don't even have a swollen toe? My feet would be screaming if I was doing that same track, unless the Lord was loading me with daily benefits. So we're trying to recognize something in this operation. Let's go to Psalms 103. Psalms 103. Because, as they used to say, the elders used to say, just keep on living, and you're going to understand what it's like to continue aging. And sometimes you wake up and like, hold up, did somebody hit me in my shoulder? Because I feel like I got done fighting Mike Tyson, but I just slept. Because that's what it is. That sometimes we go through those phases and transitions and changes. But that's a part of this process for now. Psalm 103 and verse 1. When you get there, go ahead and read.
Bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me. Bless his holy name. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits.
And don't forget his benefits. If you in covenant with him, or you desire to be, you can be loaded with those same daily benefits. Go ahead.
Who forgiveth all thine iniquities.
Because now that's the big thing. Get your iniquities forgiven. You can be super sick, but if you don't have no sin on you, you still gonna come out on top. Go ahead.
Who healeth all thy diseases.
And who healeth some of your diseases.
All thy diseases.
A couple of them.
All thy diseases.
Just the arthritis.
All
your diseases. Why am I bringing up all these? Because, hey, I got to go through this too. Why is it that I wake up and I feel like I need to ice my knee from sleep? That don't make sense. But the Lord work it out, right? Who healeth all thy diseases. Go ahead, give me verse 4.
Who redeemeth thy life from destruction.
Who redeems your life from destruction. Go ahead.
Who crowneth thee with loving kindness and tender mercy.
That's right. That's his mercy. Go ahead, give me verse 14. Verse 14.
For he knoweth our frame.
Because he understands what we are modeled after. Go ahead.
He remembereth that we are dust.
And he remembers that we have a short time. We are but dust. So he shows mercy on us in this little bit of time that we have that we're under affliction. But let's get an example of him seeing this and showing mercy. Let's go to 2 Kings chapter 20. Because when I see this mercy, I also want to point out that it's just like a bank account. When you deposit in that account, you're able to make a withdrawal. So when you're doing things for the Lord, you're able to make certain requests. Every once in a while, you may not have made a deposit, But then you turn around and make that withdrawal where he says, okay, I'm gonna let you make it up on the back end because you're gonna be on the team, right? So let's take a look at this because we're gonna see some of that today too. 2 Kings chapter 20. 2 Kings chapter 20. Because sometimes there's some stories we may have heard of. There may be some stories we may not have heard of. So I want to bring some of these out because what this does is meant to increase your faith. Knowing that God doesn't change and he did certain things for certain people doesn't mean he can't do it for you today. 2 Kings chapter 20, that's called bringing it to your remembrance. I put you in remembrance. We're remembering what he has done. We're looking at his track record. 2 Kings chapter 20 verse 1. When you get there, go ahead and read.
In those days was Hezekiah sick unto death.
Now see, because there's like a common cold, you got a little cough, little congestion, right? But this was a sickness that was unto death. Go ahead.
And the prophet Isaiah, the son of Amos, came to him and said unto him, Thus saith the Lord, set thine house in order, for thou shalt die and not live.
So the Lord said, all right, your time has come. You shall die and not live. Let's see the response in verse 2. Go ahead.
Then he turned his face to the wall,
right,
and prayed unto the Lord, saying, I beseech thee, O Lord, remember now how I have walked before thee in truth and within a perfect heart.
Hold on. Not just in truth, but in truth with a perfect heart. Because you could be operating in truth. Hey, I keep the feast days. I serve in the feast line, but I got an attitude as everyone comes through. I didn't have a perfect heart. He said, I serve thee in truth and with a perfect heart. Go ahead.
And have done that which is good in thy sight. And Hezekiah wept sore.
And he just started crying. Go ahead.
And it came to pass, afore Isaiah was gone out into the middle court, that the word of the Lord came to him, saying, Turn again and tell Hezekiah, the captain of my people, thus saith the Lord, the God of David thy father, I have heard thy prayer.
I heard thy prayer.
I have seen thy tears.
I have seen every single one of your tears. Go ahead.
Behold, I will heal thee.
I will heal thee. Did you see that? You heard what the statement was, and you beseeched, or you cried, or you made supplication, you prayed, you asked, you requested, and he heard you. And see, let me just say this. Being a parent, I have learned certain aspects of this because I will tell my kids, no more iPad today. And then one will come and say, I read 2 books. I practiced my ABCs and my numbers and my fractions. Please, can I watch it? I'll be like, okay. Because he made a convincing argument. He handled all this stuff. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to show some. Okay, go ahead a little bit longer because you made a convincing case that's hard for me to kick against. That's what Hezekiah did. So now that I see that, I'm like, oh, I see how sometimes the Lord, even though I wanted to go a particular way, you know what? Give him some space. Just like when Israel asked for a king, right?
Sure.
He didn't want them to have a king because he was a king, but he told Samuel, go ahead. They didn't reject you. They rejected me. But I'm still with them, but I'm just going to kind of oversee this process as it transpires. That's what's happening here. He made a request and he was heard because the Father of spirits heard what you said. Go ahead.
On the 3rd day, thou shalt go up unto the house of the Lord. And verse 6, top of 6. And I will add unto thy days 15 years, and will deliver thee and this city out of the hand of the king of Assyria.
That's right.
And I will defend this city for mine own sake,
right,
and for my servant David's sake.
So he had 15 years and some other stuff. You see what he's throwing in here. Go ahead, give me verse 7, because he didn't just say, okay, cool, I'm going to the house and cutting on the TV. No, he still had to exercise a token of that faith in verse 7. Go ahead.
And Isaiah said, take a lump of figs.
Right.
And they took and laid it on the boil.
Right.
And he recovered.
He recovered. So if he would have took the lump of figs beforehand without God granting him a longer life, it wouldn't have worked. But when God has granted it and then he gives additional instructions, then it works.
Yes, sir.
Because faith without works is dead, right?
Yes, sir.
So he had belief, man, God can recover me. Okay, you said a lump of figs, right? He didn't say 8 figs.
A lump.
So he had to do exactly how it was laid out. laid it on the boil for whatever, and he was recovered.
Mhm.
So he still was able to see, because the thing, the Lord will work through a physician. He ain't saying that you can't now talk to no doctors, no physicians, take no medication. He just said, you appeal to the highest authority, I will not work through the medical environment to assist you.
Mhm.
That's what's happening here. Because see, when you have faith, people try to say either I have faith or I believe in science. Science is made by God.
Yes, sir.
All the scientists understand, they're understanding portions of what God let them see according to a lot of these processes, because we have a body that's full of systems,
Mhm.
respiratory systems.
Yes, sir.
That's how we get the Spirit of
Mhm.
God. Your nervous system, your
Mhm.
skeletal system, your endocrine system, there's all these different systems. So all we have to do is follow God's system of behavior.
Amen. That's it.
And now you are putting them both together, because we are a God-created being.
Mhm.
So we're just showing how, look, I'm in line and I'm within the system or his commandments.
Sir.
So we saw verse 7, right?
Yes, sir.
Keep going.
Top of 8.
Uh-huh.
And Hezekiah said unto Isaiah, what shall be the sign that the Lord will heal me?
Now he didn't go put the figs on his boil yet, did he?
No.
Here's still a conversation. How do I know, Isaiah, that God's going to heal me?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a good question to ask.
Yes, it is.
Because sometimes you just want that additional verification. Like, are you serious? Especially when it's good news. You like, hold on, for real? For real? I'm about to get the job? Don't play with him. So he like, how do I know that God's going to heal me? Go ahead.
And that I shall go up into the house of the Lord the third day.
Uh-huh.
And Isaiah said, the sign shalt thou have of the Lord, that the Lord will do the thing that he hath spoken.
Uh-huh.
Shall the shadow go forward 10 degrees,
right,
and go back then 10 degrees?
So, okay, do you want the shadow to go forward 10 degrees and go back 10 degrees? What do you mean, a shadow moving? In order for the shadow to move, that means the sun needs to move.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's the only way a shadow moves. The light source needs to, they didn't have light bulbs in those days.
No, sir.
So he said, so Isaiah said, do you want the shadow to go this way 10 degrees or go backwards? Go ahead.
And Hezekiah answered, it is a light thing for the shadow to go down 10 degrees.
Right, because that's the natural progression.
Mm-hmm.
It automatically is going to go that direction anyways.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy for it to go that way. How about this? Let it rewind. Bring the sun backwards. Go ahead.
Nay, but let the shadow return backward 10 degrees. And Isaiah the prophet cried unto the Lord, and he brought the shadow 10 degrees backward.
Isaiah cried unto the Lord, and the sun moved backwards.
Mm-hmm.
That shows that having a righteous man pray over you is powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
By which it had gone down in the dial of Ahaz.
In the dial, because they use sundials.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. What verse we at? Oh, we finished 11, right?
Finished 11.
Perfect. Let's go to Numbers 21. Numbers 21. So he got that sign. Apparently, after seeing the sun go back 10 degrees, okay, I'll go get a lump of figs. Even though that's the easy part, getting a lump of figs, moving the sun back 10 degrees is the work. But it was an exercise of faith. Because I'm pretty sure when he heard that, he stopped crying. Because all of a sudden, when you hear that new information, all of a sudden, hold on, what? Say what? Right. Huh? Waterworks stop. Numbers 21. What you say? They deposited how much in my account? All of a sudden, the boo-hoo and stop. Numbers 21 and verse 4. Numbers 21 and verse 4. When you get there, go ahead and read. Because what we're seeing is we're seeing other people run through this exercise of faith, and we'll see some people that don't exercise it, so we see the two sides. Go ahead.
And they journeyed from Mount Hor by the way of the Red Sea.
Because they left Egypt, right? Go ahead.
To compass the land of Edom. And the soul of the people was much discouraged because of the way. Because
they were not allowed to go through Edom. They had to come past or go around Edom. Edom was like, you better not come in my land. I just came from slavery for 400 years and I can't even walk through. Yeah, the Lord, I'm going to remember them for that. Go ahead.
And the people spake against God and against Moses. Wherefore have ye brought us up out of Egypt to die in the wilderness? For there is no bread,
right?
Neither is there any water,
right?
And our soul loatheth this light bread,
right? So they were going through a challenging season at this time. Go ahead.
And the Lord sent fiery serpents among the people,
right?
and they bit the people, and much people of Israel died.
And right, see, the thing is, there's certain times when you ask God for help, you ask God for strength, you ask God to embolden me. You don't just start talking crazy against God's service and against God. They just chose the wrong of the two, because the Lord don't always move the mountain. He gives you strength to go over the mountain.
Sir.
And that's what this was. They just chose to complain about the wrong thing versus saying, I thank God I made it another day. Because sometimes what your mind does, your mind thinks, man, how am I going to get it past this month?
Wow.
How am I going to get past this 6 months, this year, this quarter? We think so far down the line. He said the evil of today is sufficient.
Yes, sir.
So we have to worry about just making it through that day, and it makes it easier. Because next thing you look back like, dang, I done made through all them days, right? Because you weren't discouraged by the number of days that's ahead of you when you don't know the Lord can deliver you any given day. And that's what this was. I'm just showing how this mindset is not just on them. We all are succumbed to sometimes thinking through that. Like, man, this day and this day and this day and this week and this month. No, just day by day. Go ahead.
Top of verse 7. Therefore the people came to Moses and said, we have sinned, for we have spoken against the Lord,
right,
and against thee. Pray unto the Lord,
right,
that he take away the serpents from us. And Moses prayed for the people. And the Lord said unto Moses,
well, hold up. He prayed. It should be over with now, right? He prayed. It's done. He said, amen. Everybody go home, right? Oh, no. We need some works to go with it.
Yes, sir.
Give me that next verse. Give me verse
top of verse 8.
Yep.
And the Lord said unto Moses, make thee a fiery serpent,
right,
and set it upon a pole. And it shall come to pass that everyone that is bitten, when he looketh upon it, shall live.
Oh, so he gave the remedy was action-based. So the remedy wasn't, okay, Moses, pray for me, I'm good. Okay, anyways, so talk about the football game last night. No. He said, you find yourself in this situation. God prayed for you. The solution was you drag yourself and make it to the pole and just look at it. That's all you had to do. Now, of course, it may be a little difficult because, like you said, you just got bit by a venomous snake.
Very serpent.
So, but just put that effort in just to look at it.
Wow.
And you're gonna be healed. So, but you put the action in on them. The same way, like someone could say, all right, if you want to understand how to get to this destination, here's the directions. Now, just because you receive the directions doesn't mean that you're there. You still have to drive the road and make the right turns, right? Same thing here.
Yes,
so
sir.
the direction was given. All they have to do is look at that serpent. Go ahead.
Top of verse 9. And Moses made a serpent of brass,
right,
and put it upon a pole,
right.
And it came to pass that if a serpent had bitten any man,
right,
when he beheld the serpent of brass,
right,
he lived.
He lived. Any man, woman, child, it didn't matter. All they have to do is do that, and he lived. It wasn't he might, maybe. No, he lived. And I never saw where he took away the serpents the entire time they were in the wilderness. They had to keep that thing going with them throughout all the wilderness, just like they had to carry the bones of Joseph the whole route.
Wow.
The whole time. They had it so long that they turned it into an idol. Let's go down to Numbers 12. Numbers 12. Let's back up. Because like I said, there's certain types of diseases that we'll see in this book. Obviously, you can't see them all. But what you do see, you see health and you see the absence of health, which is disease. When your body is at ease or is whole, we call that health. But when it's diseased, it's removed from a place of wholeness or rest or feeling, as we say, 100%. That's what a disease is. So now we're going to Numbers 12 and verse 1. 12 and 1. Go ahead.
And Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman whom he had married.
Be careful. Be careful talking about against someone's marriage, because once they cross that line, be careful talking against it. Go ahead. He gonna marry the Ethiopian woman. He couldn't find one of these sisters. Hey, that's out of your lane. Go ahead.
For he had married an Ethiopian woman. And they said, hath the Lord indeed spoken only by Moses?
Right. Hath
he not spoken also by us?
Jump down to verse 4.
Finish there. Finish 2.
Finish 2. Yep.
And the Lord heard it.
And the Lord did what?
Heard it.
Because he be listening to all the words. Verse 4.
And the Lord spake suddenly unto Moses and unto Aaron and unto Miriam. Come out ye 3 unto the tabernacle of the congregation.
Now, you know what's crazy? It doesn't say whether this will happen at the daytime or at night. Imagine you in your bed 3 in the morning, all of a sudden, wake up, come up out here. What in the world? You got to step out, see that fire. It said he spake suddenly. So we don't know when it was. They just had to come out. Go ahead.
And they 3 came out. And the Lord came down in the pillar of the cloud and stood.
Oh, okay. The cloud, that had to be the daytime because the fire was at night. Go ahead. See, you see how it clarifies itself? Go ahead.
And stood in the door of the tabernacle. And called Aaron and Miriam. And they both came forth. And he said, hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him in a vision, and will speak unto him in a dream. My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all mine house. With him I will speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches. And the similitude of the Lord shall he behold. Wherefore then were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses?
Go ahead.
And the anger of the Lord was kindled against them, and he departed.
And he left. But he left a parting gift. Keep going.
And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle. And behold, Miriam became leprous. White as snow.
So she became white. See, this is what's called a clean leprosy, when it just changes your pigmentation, versus the other type of leprosy, which has lesions and all types of other scars on your skin. So she just became white as snow. Why does that matter? Because if you are coming out of Egypt, a black nation amongst the black people, and all of a sudden you white, it's like, man, I stand out like a sore thumb, right? So because you can't hide that. Because people say, man, I only have to do 2 things. What are those 2 things? Stay black and die. Both of those are wrong. Because right here, she ain't black no more. And Enoch didn't die. So even our little sayings be off. White as snow. Go ahead.
And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous.
Now you could tell that Aaron had to look at her like, because he ain't just say, no, he was shocked at what just happened, right? Because he was like, we both was talking crazy. So you probably check this pigmentation every once in a while. Okay, I'm still good. Go ahead.
Drop it down to 15.
That was the end of 10?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, perfect. Yes, jump down to verse 15, right?
And Miriam was shut out from the camp 7 days.
Right. So that's how long she was leprous. She was shut out and was made leprous for 7 days. Go ahead.
And the people journeyed not till Miriam was brought in again.
So everybody had to stop. The whole camp had to stop until Miriam was healed of that leprosy. So sometimes the Lord already knew he was going to afflict someone with something, but it may just be for a quick season. It's just this was just for 7 days. But we saw where the affliction came from, and we see that the same healing has to come from the same God. So I'm just showing that sometimes it's something temporary. So in that temporary time, just take your time to do some self-checks, some corrections, some self-examination. That's always good in that process. But let's see another individual, because Miriam, she went through the captivity in Egypt. She came through. In fact, she was one of the main musicians with the timbrels when they came out the Red Sea. So she even helped. This is the same woman that helped make sure that Moses was taken care of when he ended up in the house of Pharaoh through Pharaoh's daughter. Oversaw all that. But then sometimes the Lord can still, all right, now, don't get too big for your britches. Now, but the thing is, Aaron, though, he died later. He didn't turn leprous. He died. But let's go now to see someone else that had leprosy, which is another form of sickness or disease. Let's go to 2 Kings chapter 5. 2 Kings chapter 5. Because even Aaron was like, Lord, can we do something for her? And he said, no, she's going to be out the camp for 7 days. Because guess what? Now you can operate in a little bit more of that H word, humility. Just a little bit more humility, because you got too big for your britches, as they said. And that's the thing. Aaron was the high priest. And still the Lord had, called him out. 2 Kings chapter 5 and verse 1. We're going to see someone else with this exact same disease. Go ahead.
Now Naaman, captain of the host of the king of Syria, was a great man with his master,
right,
and honorable.
So he's an honorable, but he's a captain, like you might say, like a military leader, right, of Syria. Go ahead.
Because by him the Lord had given deliverance unto Syria. He was also a mighty man in valor.
A mighty man. He was a soldier. Go ahead.
But he was a leper.
Go ahead.
And the Assyrians had gone out by companies and had brought away captive out of the land of Israel a little maid,
right,
and she waited on Naaman's wife.
Right. So this little maid was a captive of the Syrians, but she was an Israelite. Verse 3, because just because you're in captivity doesn't mean you lost your priesthood. Give me verse 3.
And she said unto her mistress, Would God my Lord wherewith the prophet that is in Samaria? For he would recover him of his leprosy.
All he has to do is how, because we always know somebody, right? I know a cousin that can fix that. I know somebody back around my way that can heal you with this. I know someone that know how to get that alternator fixed. We always know someone, right? But that's what this was. It was about health, right?
Yes, sir.
It was like, see, because we would think about that for like wickedness. Oh, I know someone that could jailbreak that fire stick. No, don't be doing that. Point someone to God in this. Use your Rolodex or your contacts for good. Go ahead.
Verse 4. And one went in and told his Lord, right, saying, Thus and thus said the maid that is of the land of Israel.
Hey, that little maid, she actually dropped some good advice. What you think about this? We'll jump down to verse 9 because he listened. Verse 9. Go ahead.
So Naaman came with his horses and with his chariot and stood at the door of the house of Elisha. And Elisha sent a messenger unto him, saying, Go and wash in Jordan 7 times.
Right. So he showed up. He went horses. Remember, this is general. It's a big shop, as they would say, right? He got all these people. He got jewels, clothes, gold, all this stuff. And Elisha don't even come out the house and say, what's up? There's no red carpet rolled out. There's no camera crew. Just someone come out the crib and tell him something. That's it. There was no, as they call it, pomp and circumstance. There was no pageantry, right? Go ahead. Give me verse 10.
Middle of 10. And thy flesh shall come.
Actually, hit from the top of 10.
And Elisha sent a messenger unto him, saying, Go and wash in Jordan 7 times.
Right.
And thy flesh shall come again to thee.
Right.
And thou shalt be clean.
That's it. That was the remedy, right? Wash yourself in Jordan 7 times, and thou shalt be clean. The river Jordan. Give me verse 11.
But Naaman was wroth,
right,
and went away, and said, Behold, I thought he would surely come out to me.
I thought he was going to come out to me, take off his jacket, swing it around in the air, and hit me with it. I thought he was going to throw some miracle water at me. Peter, pop off. Go ahead.
And stand.
Y'all act like y'all not up late watching some of these same programs giving these false miracles. Keep reading.
And stand and call on the name of the Lord his God. And strike his hand.
And strike it. See, that's theatrics. I need to strike it.
Over.
You gotta do all that. You're doing too much, right? Go ahead.
And strike his hand over the place,
right?
And recover the leper.
And recover. Go ahead.
And knocked Abana and Haphar, rivers of Damascus.
So not only did he have a problem with the fact that he sent a messenger and he didn't hit him, then he said, how come he ain't sent me to the nice waters? How come he ain't sent me to the suburbs? He ain't sent me to Bethesda. Go ahead. Keep reading.
Better than all the waters of Israel. May I not wash in them and be clean?
Right.
So he turned and went away in a rage.
See, he wanted it all to be all fancy and stuff. How come he ain't sent me to Tyson's Corner? That's what he trying to figure out. Go ahead. That's in the 12. Keep going.
Verse 13. And his servants came near and spake unto him and said, My father,
right,
if the prophet had bid thee to do some great thing,
right, if it was a big thing, go ahead.
Wouldst thou not have done it?
Right.
How much rather then, when he has said to thee, Wash and be clean?
Right.
Then he went down.
So, and that's what I love about this. you see mentally that he kind of, oh, you know what, you're right. Because sometimes you have to, that's why it's good to converse with someone to say, am I crazy? Because I'm thinking this and that and the other. Someone, well, think about it this way, look at it that way, consider this. You know, you're right. And that's good that he had that kind of conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
He ain't say, no one talk to me. No, you can entreat him and have this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
14 from the top.
Then he went down and dipped himself 7 times in Jordan,
right?
According to the saying of the man of God.
Uh-huh.
And his flesh came again like unto the flesh of a little child, and he was clean.
Right. Now think about this. You dip in the first time. This ain't working. Do it again. Second time. Third time. By the time you hit that 6th time, you like, am I just going through an exercise in futility?
Mm-hmm.
Until you finally did that last time. Your works was connected with the instructions.
Yes,
and that 7th time, boom, you got the freshest skin in all the land of Israel. You got that smooth skin by just listening. Go ahead.
Top of 15.
Uh-huh.
And he returned to the man of God.
Right.
And he and all his company.
Right.
And came and stood before him.
Right.
And he said, behold, now I know that there is no God in all the earth but in Israel.
So all of them, because remember, he's a Syrian, so he had a Syrian host. All these Syrians had to acknowledge, now we know that there is no God in all the earth but in Israel. What does that let you know? That he has to try out different gods, trying to figure who can cure him.
Mm-hmm.
And no one could do it in the land but in Israel. Go ahead.
Now, therefore, I pray thee,
right?
Take a blessing of thy servant.
Man, how much you want for it? Go ahead.
Drop down 21.
Yeah, because he ain't want no money for that thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was cured. Because that was actually what was the accomplishing of the mission, was someone converting and actually acknowledging the God of Israel. The mission was accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone that's on Elisha's side saw that, and everyone that's on Naaman's side saw that. However, someone always wants to get something off the top. Give me verse 21. Verse 21.
So Gehazi followed after Naaman, and when Naaman saw him running after him, he lighted down from the chariot to meet him.
Right, because Naaman was already headed back home.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, Gehazi must have saw some of the stuff he had with him. He's like, you ain't gonna get nothing. I mean, not one thing. He said, I'm about to run to the grocery store, right? So the next thing you know, he over here running behind, trying to catch up with Naaman, because he's trying to get at that stuff that Elisha refused. Go ahead, jump down to verse 25.
And finish 21.
Oh, yeah, finish 21, yeah.
And to meet him and said, is all well?
Right, Naaman, like, everything good? 25.
But he went in and stood before his master. And Elisha said unto him, whence comest thou, Gehazi?
Because Gehazi had, as they say, fat in his pockets, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he just showed back up. Everything good, Gehazi? Go ahead.
And he said, thy servant went no whither.
I'm just walking around the way. But the thing is, he couldn't fool God. Huh. So now the same thing that he was cured from, give me verse 27.
The leprosy therefore of Naaman shall cleave unto thee.
The leprosy of Naaman shall now cleave unto you. Go ahead.
And unto thy seed forever.
And not just you, and unto your seed forever. So there will always be a leper in Israel, that especially the seed of Gehazi. Because the book said, go ahead.
And he went out from his presence a leper as white as snow.
White as snow. Y'all see, in other words, what we're seeing is sometimes someone just has a condition.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't say that he did something to cause that, but we could see it sometimes you can cause a condition to come upon yourself that came from somebody else. It's like when he took it off of him, where did it go? Oh, he's dropped it over here, because we keep forgetting that these wicked angels are still on the earth, messing up whatever they can.
Mm-hmm.
But they need permission in order to do something.
That's true.
And when you came out from walking under the Lord, you now gave permission to get hit. That's all it is. Let's go to 1 Kings 13. 1 Kings 13. Because we're going to see sometimes you can find yourself in trouble with God by trying to make war against the wrong person.
Mm-hmm.
Just the wrong person. Let's go to 1 Kings 13. Because, like I said, the book says this written for our example. It's some good stories in here. I mean, I'll be straight up. I didn't realize how many stories there was in the Bible. I just knew that they only read 2 verses every Sunday. And I had so much understanding that I was missing out on that I felt like I got robbed from the Bible. They robbed me of understanding what was here the whole time. So now what we're going to do, we're going to read some of these stories. And sometimes you don't have to read the entirety of it, but sometimes you just touch and go back over it on your own time. 1 Kings 13, verse 1. Verse 1, because at this time, Judah and Israel are now 2 different nations. It was split after Solomon. Rehoboam ruled the southern kingdom and Jeroboam ruled the northern kingdom. But Jeroboam was jealous and was trying to do things so that way people would not be back in Judah. So he started setting up paganism and stuff like that. But give me verse 1. Go ahead.
And behold, there came a man of God out of Judah, by the word of the Lord unto Bethel. And Jeroboam stood by the altar to burn incense.
And hold up, burn incense, because they was burning incense to false gods there in Bethel. That's why we have a lot of churches named after Bethel. If you knew what they was doing there, I think I would change that name. Go ahead.
And he cried against the altar in the word of the Lord.
The man of God is saying, "Oh, altar." So he's crying against the altar that the king Jeroboam is burning incense before. Go ahead.
And said, "O altar, altar, thus saith the Lord, behold, a child shall be born unto the house of David.
A child shall be born unto the house of David." Go ahead.
Josiah by name.
Josiah by name. He hasn't been born yet. He's saying a child is coming. Go ahead.
And upon thee shall he offer the priests of the high places that burn.
And he gonna offer upon this altar the priests of the high places. In other words, they're gonna be dead. Go ahead.
That burn incense upon thee. And men's bones shall be burnt upon thee.
And men's bones shall be burnt upon thee. Because they over here doing these animals, right? Lord, like, y'all gonna pay for that. And men's bones gonna be on that same altar. Go ahead.
And he gave a sign the same day, saying, "This is the sign which the Lord hath spoken. Behold, the altar shall be rent, and the ashes that are upon it shall be poured out." And it came to pass when King Jeroboam heard the saying of the man of God.
Now remember, he's king. When he heard the sayings of the man of God, go ahead.
Which had cried against the altar in Bethel, that he put forth his hand from the altar, saying, "Lay hold on him."
You know how they be like, "Get him, get him," right? Go ahead.
And his hand, which he put forth against him, dried up, so that he could not pull it in again to him.
His hand got stuck. He couldn't move his arm. He said, "Get him." The Lord caught him right there. And now his hand has dried up. He can't move his bones or his ligaments anymore because he accused the wrong one serving God. Go ahead.
Verse 5. The altar also was rent, and the ashes poured out from the altar, according to the sign which the man of God had given by the word of the Lord. And the king answered and said unto the man of God.
Now, hold up. Now you was just giving a railing accusation. You was getting ready to send the goons on him, right? But watch what it said now. Go ahead.
"Entreat now the face of the Lord thy God, and pray for me."
No, pray for me. My arm don't work. It stopped working. Pray for me now. Go ahead.
"That my hand may be restored me again." And the man of God besought the Lord, and the king's hand was restored him again.
All of a sudden it's working again.
And
he started realizing, man, like the Lord's literally watching each and every interaction. So now it's able to move again, whereas it like it stopped on the dot and everything dried up in his own body. Or pertaining to the arm that he was saying get him from. Go ahead.
And became as it was before.
And came as it was before. What verse you at?
Top of 7.
Go ahead.
"And the king said unto the man of God, Come home with me and refresh thyself, and I will give thee a reward."
So now he's going to move to try to bribe him. But go ahead.
"And the man of God said unto the king, If thou wilt give me half thine house, I will go not in with thee, neither will I eat bread nor drink water in this place."
So now they realize, hold up. Yes, it was a man of God, but when he brought the words of God, he wasn't by himself. He had security that you couldn't see, and it started messing with the other dude's body. But now let's see a little bit more. because this same king, he wasn't listening.
Mhm.
Go to the very next chapter, 1 Kings 14. Because now his arm was healed, but his baby's sick now. He had a son, so because he didn't get right, he still was being crooked. Now, guess what? That thing's messing through his household now. His lineage, his progeny. So in 1 Kings 14 and verse 1, let's hear about his son. Go ahead.
At that time, Abijah the son of Jeroboam fell sick. And Jeroboam said to his wife, Arise, I pray thee, and disguise thyself.
And do what?
Disguise thyself.
Well, see, if you was being clean, you wouldn't have to disguise nothing. To go to the man of God, go ahead.
Disguise thyself, that thou be not known to be the wife of Jeroboam.
So they don't know you my wife. Go ahead.
And get thee to Shiloh. Behold, there is Ahijah the prophet.
So I want you to take Abijah, my son, and go to Ahijah the prophet. Go ahead.
Which told me that I should be king over this people.
Because that is what happened. But give me verse 4. Go ahead.
And Jeroboam's wife did so, and arose and went to Shiloh, and came to the house of Ahijah. But Ahijah could not see.
But Ahijah didn't have the best vision. So this is a prophet of God without 20/20 vision. He can't see good. Or really, I don't see where he had vision at all, to be quite honest. Go ahead.
For his eyes were set by reason of his age.
Right, because when you get older, that vision goes a little bit. Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto Ahijah, Behold, the wife of Jeroboam cometh to ask a thing of thee for her son.
Now hold up. So while you planning and prepping, the Lord already gave the whole good to the prophet. Look, they're going to do this, they're going to do that, they're going to try this, and I'm going to tell you what to say. Go ahead.
For he is sick. Thus and thus shalt thou say unto her.
Now I want you to give this message to her, because God is controlling this. Jeroboam was doing wicked, and he didn't realize the one that was fighting against him was God. Go ahead.
For it shall be, when she cometh in, that she shall feign herself to be another woman.
She's going to disguise herself to be somebody else. They think they can outsmart God. Verse 6.
But it was so when Ahijah heard the sound of her feet.
And it was so when Ahijah heard her foot. You know, when you hear someone on that front porch, you got that wooden porch, you hear, someone out front. Someone here. Go ahead.
As she came in at the door, that he said, Come in, thou wife of Jeroboam.
Your whole plan, your whole disguise, I don't know what she wore. Glasses, whatever. He like, what you want, wife of Jeroboam? Go ahead.
Why feignest thou thyself to be another?
Why think you could outsmart God? Go ahead.
For I am sent to thee with heavy tidings.
Because I have some bad news to tell you. Go ahead.
Go tell Jeroboam, thus saith the Lord God of Israel.
So because remember, she's there on behalf of Jeroboam. He's like, no, while this woman's talking to the prophet of God, the conversation is really between Jeroboam and God. You tell him, God told him this. Go ahead.
For as much as I exalted thee from among the people,
right,
and made thee prince over my people Israel, and rent the kingdom away from the house of David,
right,
and gave it thee, and yet thou hast not been as my servant David,
right,
who kept my commandments,
right,
and who followed me with his heart, to do
all
that
his heart,
with all his, to follow me with all his heart, to do that only which was right in mine eyes. But hast done evil above all that were before thee.
Right.
For thou hast gone and made thee other gods,
right,
and molten images, to provoke me to anger.
That's right.
And hast cast me behind thy back. And
you've ignored me. You cast me behind thy back. Go ahead.
Therefore, behold, I will bring evil upon the house of Jeroboam, and will cut off from Jeroboam him that pisseth against the wall, and him that is shut up and left in Israel.
That's right.
And will take away the remnant of the house of Jeroboam, as a man taketh away dung till it be all gone.
He said, I'm going to clean the earth up with you and your seed like the man cleans dung till all of it's gone. Give me verse 11.
Him that dieth of Jeroboam in the city shall the dogs eat. Right. And him that dieth in the field shall the fowls of the air eat. For the Lord hath spoken it.
Now, give me verse 12. You notice one thing? She hasn't said a single word. She couldn't get a single word out because he called out who she was, why she here, and the message to her husband before she could even say anything. Now watch what he's going to say in verse 12. Verse 12, he said, bye. Go ahead.
Arise thou therefore, get thee thine own house.
You know how they say you ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here. But he said you got to go to your own house. Go ahead.
Get thee to thine own house.
Right.
And when thy feet enter into the city.
And as soon as your feet hit the city, welcome to the city of Jeroboam. Go ahead.
The child shall die.
The child's going to die at that very moment, he said. Give me verse 17 just to prove. Verse 17.
And Jeroboam's wife arose and departed and came to Tisra.
Right.
And when she came into the threshold of the door.
The threshold of the door,
the child died.
The child died. But that was something that came by way of someone's actual sins. All sickness is not connected to someone doing a particular sin. Sometimes God just wants to glory and wants to give you a testimony, but this one you see it came by way of someone committing sins. And he gave you the full reasoning, and that it's not going to stop with just Ahijah. It's going to carry all the, with Abijah, his son. It's going to go all the way through to his whole household is gone. But now let's go to 2 Chronicles 16. 2 Chronicles 16. That's why when you understand the Lord said, I'm Lord God and I change not, you go back and read the stories about his past, you say, okay, I know how to stay in line. How to stay in line. And sometimes it's a process when you learn to grow to make sure you're within that line. 2 Chronicles 16. 2 Chronicles 16. Because, like I said, it may sound good. You may think it feels good. But just like in sports, it doesn't matter about the intent. If you step on the out of bounds marker, it's officially a disqualification action. So you learn how to stay in bounds more and more. The more you stay in bounds, the more you help other people stay in bounds. The more you help other people stay in bounds, the Lord be looking at you like, hold up, you on my team. You not against me. You helping people stay in line with me. So guess what? Just like an employee, you pay your employees. You make sure that they get a real good payment. It's just that we have a 401k plan. The payments on the back end. We get some fringe benefits here and there, but the big payments on the back end because you want his team. 2 Chronicles 16. 2 Chronicles 16 and verse 7. 2 Chronicles 16 and verse 7. When you get there, go ahead and read.
And at that time, Hanani the seer came to Asa, king of Judah.
So now we have another king. This is King Asa. But Hananiah was the prophet. Sometimes the prophets are called seers. So he came to King Asa. Go ahead.
And said unto him, because thou hast relied on the king of Syria,
right, and
not relied on the Lord thy God,
right,
therefore is the host of king of Assyria escaped out of thine hand.
Because he had a beef. He had, it wasn't a full-fledged war, but he had some contention. And he started trying to manipulate it on his own. And Lord said, I looked at all the things that you checked off the list that you wanted to do, and you didn't holler at me. He said, because of this, it's going to fail. Go ahead and give me verse 9.
For the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth, to show himself strong in the behalf of them whose heart is perfect toward him.
To show himself what?
Strong.
Because the Lord going to show I'm that strength. So when you have your heart perfect toward him, he going to show on your behalf that I'm that strength. Go ahead.
Herein thou hast done foolishly.
Right.
Therefore, from henceforth,
from now on, go ahead.
Henceforth, thou shalt have wars.
Now you're going to be in a whole bunch of wars. Because I couldn't see, remember, the Lord is the peace. That's why he says, I'm your shade upon your right hand. Because you know, when that sun be hot, right? As soon as you get to that shade, you're like, whoo. Thank you for that break, right? But he said, no, now you're going to have wars because you didn't want to depend on me. Go ahead, keep going. Verse 10.
Then Asa was wroth with the seer.
As always, we upset at the messenger. Go ahead.
And put him in a prison house.
Lock him up. Go ahead.
For he was in a rage with him because of this thing.
Right. Now hold on. Why are you upset? Now, if it's not the truth, that's one thing. But God knows that that's the truth. Because so what it is, you feel guilty that, man, he's right, and it cut me, so I'd rather lock him up. Because he didn't want that correction. Go ahead.
And Asa oppressed some of the people the same time. And behold, the acts of Asa, first and last, lo, they are written in the book of Kings of Judah and Israel.
That's right.
And Asa in the 39th year of his reign was diseased in his feet, until his disease was exceedingly great.
So then the Lord hit him with a disease in his feet in his 39th year of reigning. Go ahead.
Yet in his disease he sought not to the Lord.
In his disease, he did not what?
Sought not to the Lord.
He didn't holler at the Lord for that either. That's why sometimes you don't want to lean too much to your own counsel, to your own might, to your own. In other words, you want to get the credit for everything happening instead of acknowledging God's the one that's been walking with you all these days. Like you saw Jacob say, the God of Israel have fed me all the days of my life. I came across this river with a stick, and now I'm returning home with 2 bands of people. He gave God the credit. He said, I'm going to give you a tithe of everything that you give unto me if you bring me back safely. He did.
Yes.
Go ahead.
He sought not to the Lord, but to the physicians.
But to the physicians. There's nothing wrong with hollering at a physician, but don't holler at the physician without the Lord. And the Lord can still work through the physician after you holler at him.
Yes, sir.
You know how sometimes you got to ask for permission? Mother, may I? Father, may I? Can I do this? Can I do that? You get that answer. Okay, cool. Now you got to work through the exercise to kind of bring it to come to pass. That's all he's showing. So let's see what the result was in verse 13. Go ahead.
And Asa slept with his fathers.
And Asa died. Go ahead.
And died in the 41st year of his reign.
In the 41st year. So he was diseased from the 39th year and died in the 41st year. So about 2 years. 2 years you didn't want to holler at the Lord? Then what you doing walking on the earth? Ignoring God as you reign over his people. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. Let's go to straight to chapter 21. Chapter 21. Because what we're seeing is from time to time, the Lord does this to see, can I get your attention? You know how sometimes, well, you know how we do. We say, you know, we doing that extra cough, right? That's kind of how you doing. Can I get your attention? So let's see how we do it over here. 2 Chronicles 21. And he be looking for reasons to forgive, to heal, to make whole, trying to call some to our attention. But we're going to see that throughout the lesson. 2 Chronicles chapter 21 and just verse 17. Just verse 17. Because the Lord's dealing with Jehoram. Go ahead.
And they came up into Judah and break into it and carried away all the substance that was found in the king's house.
So right. So when you disobey God, all of a sudden people breaking in your house now. Go ahead.
And his sons also and his wives.
Hold on. So they didn't just take away your TV. They didn't just take away the PlayStation. They said we also taking the sons and your wife as well. Go ahead. So that there was never a son left him, save Jehoahaz, the youngest of his sons. And after verse 18. Yep. And after all this, go ahead. The Lord smote him in the bowels with an incurable disease. And now he hit you in the bowels, but he already let you know it was incurable. Sometimes the only cure still sits with God. But he said, I'm going to smote you in the bowels with an incurable disease. On top of that, go ahead. And it came to pass that in the process of time, after the end of 2 years, another 2 years, and not hollering at God, not trying to say, hey, let's mend this relationship. Go ahead. His bowels fell out by reason of sickness, so he died of sore. His bowels fell out. It didn't just say, oh, he just fainted. No, he hit him in the bowels and they fell out. Because we are just but dust and flesh. Go ahead. So he died of sore diseases. And see, we don't even know what disease that was. Because, you know, people fight against, you know, they say, oh, you know, we need to march and raise money against cancer. But they can't put it out. Because sometimes you got to holler at the Lord over certain things. Go ahead. And his people made no burning for him. Right. Like the burning of his fathers. Right. In other words, they didn't really lament him as they did of a righteous king. So we, like I said, we've seen this consistently. Now watch this. You can have a righteous king mess around and get in trouble with God. Let's take a look at this as well. Let's go to 1 Chronicles 21. Because see, Asa had a lot of righteous works as well. He just wasn't as consistent. Because remember, it's about that follow through. You good on the first 3 quarters, don't drop that 4th quarter. You was good in the race, in the 100-yard dash. You was good for 3 quarters of it. Then that last one, you started relaxing, and then you lost. It's always how you end. 1 Chronicles 21. 1 Chronicles chapter 21 and verse 1. When you get there, go ahead and read.
And Satan stood up against Israel.
Hold on. Satan's against who?
Against Israel.
So, because remember, Israel was doing certain things against God. So now Satan now plotting against Israel, but we're going to see how it comes about. Go ahead.
And provoked David to number Israel.
And provoked David to do what?
Number Israel.
You're not supposed to number Israel. He told Abraham, if you could count the sand of the sea, that's going to be your descendants. If you can number the stars of heaven, that should be your descendants. In other words, you can't number them, so don't try to. Because if you try to, you're trying to prove God a lie. You can't do that.
Can't do it.
Go ahead.
Top of 2. And David said to Joab and to the rulers of the people, go and number Israel from Beersheba even to Dan.
Right.
And bring the number of them to me.
And even Joab was like, you sure you talking about doing that? But he was a king. But what he did, he gave the king the wrong number. Because like, no, you can't do that. But go ahead and jump down to verse 10.
Finish to that I may know it.
Yep. Oh, yeah, that I may know it. Thank you. Now jump down to verse 10.
Yes,
because the Lord was upset. Now he's like, I'm going to let you choose your punishment. Now, that's interesting because it's like, it didn't just happen this way. So he gets a chance to exercise some wisdom when he realized, oh, man, I done messed up. So he's going to let him choose his punishment. Verse 10.
Go and tell David, saying, thus saith the Lord,
right.
I offer thee 3 things. Choose thee one of them, that I may do it unto thee.
That I may do it unto thee. Because remember, who provoked David to number Israel? Satan. So Satan, like, waiting, like, let me know when I can have Adam.
Which
because
one?
That's what the Lord does. The Lord, Satan does. He wants to get you out of line with God, and then say, "Oh, can I get him? Can I get him? Look what they're doing right now.
Justice.
Can I get him?"
Yep.
So he provokes you, and then he begs to be able to fulfill the punishment portion because he's the destroyer. So now the Lord, like, all right, I'm gonna let you choose, David. Go ahead.
So Gad, verse 11.
Yep.
So Gad came to David and said unto him, thus saith the Lord, choose thee either 3 years famine.
We could have Satan on you for 3 years, giving all Israel a famine. Go ahead.
Or 3 months to be destroyed before thy foes.
Or Satan could be on you for 3 months through another army coming through and killing all the people. Go ahead.
While that the sword of thine enemies overtaketh thee. Or else 3 days the sword of the Lord.
Or 3 days the what?
Sword of the Lord.
Go ahead.
Even the pestilence in the land, and the angel of the Lord destroying throughout all the coasts of Israel.
Or the sword of the Lord, which is the angel using his sword destroying all the coasts of Israel for 3 days. You want 3 years, 3 months, or 3 days. Either way, Satan is coming in. That's the part when you don't understand. When you walk out from under God, he turns around and lets someone come in your house.
Wow.
Go ahead.
Now, therefore, advise thyself what word I shall bring again to him that sent me.
That's right.
Top of 13. And David said unto Gad, I am in a great strait.
Man, you know how we say I'm between a rock and a hard place? He's like, man, I'm in a great strait. I'm stuck. Go ahead.
Let me fall now into the hand of the Lord.
Let me fall, because that sounds cute, right? Let me fall into the hands of the Lord. Go ahead.
For very great are his mercies. But let me not fall into the hand of man.
In other words, I can't have some other army coming through Israel. I'd rather holler at the Lord directly. This between me and God, or the children of Israel and God. Go ahead.
So the Lord sent pestilence upon Israel. And there fell of Israel 70,000 men.
How many?
70,000 men.
In 3 days, 70,000 men died. Go ahead.
And God sent an angel unto Jerusalem to destroy it.
But now we see the methodology. It said the number, but then it's going to show how it happened. He sent an angel to Jerusalem. Go ahead.
And as he was destroying, the Lord beheld, and he repented him of the evil.
Stop. That's enough. This angel that was sent, that's Satan. But then he had to tell Satan, that's enough. Because he can only do what God permits. And when he says stop, he better stop. Go ahead.
And said and middle 15, and said to the angel that destroyed, it is enough.
Enough. Go ahead.
Stay now thine hand.
Uh-huh.
And the angel of the Lord stood by the threshing floor of Ornan the Jebusite.
Right. So he had to stop with the sword, but he didn't want to put it up yet. He wanted to do more after killing 70,000. Give me verse. Hold on. Where we at?
That was the bottom of 15.
Go ahead. Finish 15.
That was threshing of the Ornan of the Jebusite.
And the angel stood by the threshing floor of Ornan the Jebusite. You know what the Jebusites are? That's Canaan. These are one of the sons of Canaan. They just lived in Jabus. Jabus was another name for Jerusalem. So even all that time Israel was there were still certain Canaanites in the land. And Ornan still had a threshing floor here in Jerusalem, even though they had been around from the days of Joshua all the way to David. Wow. Now that we're done with that verse, right?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. That was in the 15, right? Give me 16.
And David lifted up his eyes and saw the angel of the Lord stand between.
The Lord sometimes lets you see certain things what's in operation. Then he's seeing the angel of the Lord the whole time with his sword drawn. Go ahead.
Stand between the earth and the heaven.
Stand between the earth and the heaven. Go ahead.
Having a drawn sword in his hands.
Told you that sword was still drawn. Go ahead.
Stretched out over Jerusalem.
He's like, let me get some more in Jerusalem. Go ahead.
Then David and the elders of Israel, who were clothed in sackcloth,
right,
fell upon their faces.
Because they were praying to the Lord. They're supplicating, and that ash is showing lamenting, right? Jump down to verse 22. Verse 22.
Then David said to Ornan, grant me the place of this threshing floor.
Now the whole time while this happening, his solution is doing what? He didn't go to the CVS or Walgreens, did he? He said, I need to go purchase real estate. Ornan, let me buy this threshing floor that's right next to this angel destroying Jerusalem. Go ahead.
That I may build an altar therein unto the Lord. Thou shalt grant it me for the full price.
Right.
That the plague may be strayed from the people.
Because we need to do something right here that can stop the plague. Go ahead, jump down to verse 24. Go ahead.
And King David said to Ornan, nay, but I will verily buy it for the full price.
So Ornan was like, take it. He's like, no. I'm paying full price for this. Because remember, Cain just grabbed something off the ground, I'm offering to the Lord. I'm just grabbing it off the ground. It's free. It don't cost me nothing. He said, no, I'm paying full price. Go ahead.
For I will not take that which is thine for the Lord.
Right.
Nor offer burnt offerings without cost.
Right. How am I going to pay tithes? I'm going to put my hand in Brother Charles' pocket and say, I'm going to pay tithes off of his money. That don't make sense. Nope. He says it's got to come from me. It has to cost me something to show God I'm serious. Go ahead. As we would say, I'm showing skin in the game. Go ahead.
So David gave to Ornan for the place 600 shekels of gold by weight. And David built there an altar unto the Lord.
Right.
And offered burnt offerings.
Go ahead.
And peace offerings. And called upon the Lord.
Go ahead.
And he answered him from heaven by.
God answered him from heaven. Go ahead.
By fire upon the altar of burnt offering.
God sent fire from heaven to consume the burnt offering, letting it be known, I hear you. Go ahead.
And the Lord commanded the angel.
Hold up. The angel was that whole time still right there with the sword drawn. Now God says, put the sword up now for good. Keep reading.
And he put up his sword again into the sheath thereof.
27 from the top.
And the Lord commanded the angel, and he put his sword again. And he put up his sword again into the sheath thereof.
That's why we understand we don't fear Satan. We fear the one that controls Satan. That's the one you want to get right with, because he unleashes Satan like a pit bull from time to time. You pray to the owner, Lord, can you leash him up? Because I ain't trying to get bit. That's all. That's what we see in this operation is.
Yes, sir.
But that was a righteous king, made a stupid decision, but then found a way to get things back right and going back to God. Because guess what Ornan's threshing floor was? That's what they call the Temple Mount today. Ornan is Mount Moriah. That's the same spot where Abraham was about to sacrifice Isaac, on that very spot. And the whole time the Jebusite was still there doing his own thing, and it wasn't a holy spot for Israel. Until we found out where that angel standing next to him. And he found out, I need to go get that spot right there. That's why they want to build the temple right there on Mount Moriah. But now let's go further. Let's go to Job 33. Job 33. Because he's going to let us know something that he often gets our attention through sometimes disease or illness.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it may not even be just for your attention. It may be giving someone else's attention by showing, watch how I can heal a servant that believes in me.
Yes, sir.
So they say, man, I know someone. I didn't have to go to the March of Dimes. I didn't have to do a whole GoFundMe, do all this other stuff. I just had to do the best that I could to hear God, to pray, repent, and ask for a redo, and hope that he hear my prayer. And sometimes you just have to say, Lord, I'm going to try to get better at something. Now I'm going back to what I was doing before.
Yep.
Sometimes it's that. Job 33 and 18. Because the Lord's trying to, because what it is, sometimes the sickness is, you know how a vehicle has a gas pedal and brakes, right?
Yes.
Sometimes you use disease to apply brakes because you headed off a cliff.
Mm-hmm.
And he's trying to find a way to help redirect you. Verse 18, go ahead.
He keepeth back his soul from the pit.
Right? So your body from the grave, go ahead.
His life from perishing by the sword.
That's right.
He is chastened also with pain upon his bed.
Because now remember, it said from his life by perishing by the sword. This is that same sword that you saw was put over Jerusalem.
Mm-hmm.
So in other words, the angel might be trying to deal with you. Go ahead.
And the multitude of his bones with strong pain. So that his life abhorreth bread.
All of a sudden you lost your appetite. Go ahead.
And his soul dainty meat.
Dainty meats.
And his soul dainty meat. His flesh is consumed away.
Now you losing weight. Go ahead.
That it cannot be seen. And his bones that were not seen.
And your rib cage they couldn't see because you was eating real good. But all of a sudden now you lost so much weight they can see your ribs.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and hit that from the top.
His flesh is consumed away that it cannot be seen. And his bones that were not seen stick out.
Verse 22.
Yea, his soul draweth near unto the grave.
He is drawing near to the grave. Go ahead.
And his life to the destroyers. If there be a messenger with him, an interpreter.
Now I like this part because it's showing this person that's going through this sickness, if they have someone nearby with some true understanding, a messenger, an interpreter, go ahead.
One among 1,000.
Right, because it's rare. Go ahead.
To show unto man his uprightness. Then his gracious unto him and saith, deliver him from going down to the pit.
He's gracious. That's grace, right? Deliver him from going down to the pit. Go ahead.
I have found a ransom.
I have found a what?
A ransom.
A ransom. And we're going to show that today. So when that ransom operates on your behalf, verse 25.
His flesh shall be fresher than a child's. He shall return to the days of his youth.
That's right.
He shall pray unto God, and he will be favorable unto him.
That means your prayer is heard. Go ahead.
And he shall see his face with joy. For he will render unto man his righteousness.
He will render unto man his righteousness. So if you choose to stay wicked, then he's going to deal with you in wickedness. But if you choose to operate in righteousness, he's going to deliver unto you according to your works or your righteousness. Go ahead.
Verse 27. He looketh upon men, and if any say, I have sinned.
Hold up. If anyone say what?
I have sinned.
That's called self-accountability. If anyone say, okay, it's me. I made the mistake. No, it's this person, that person, that person. He said, if any man will say, you know what, I had sinned. That's all they had to do. Go ahead.
And perverted that which is right.
And I didn't go in the right way. I perverted the right way. Go ahead.
And it profited me not. He would deliver his soul from going into the pit.
It said he will deliver his soul from the grave, from going to the pit. Go ahead.
And his life shall see the light.
And his life shall see the light. Go ahead.
Lo, all these things worketh God oftentimes.
All these things work God every once in a while. Oftentimes. So it's always something going in and out the hospital, in and out urgent care, in and out of dealing with some type of sickness or illness, because he said, I'm doing this oftentimes with man. Go ahead.
To bring back his soul from the pit. To be enlightened with the light of the living.
To be enlightened with the light of the living. You turn around and you lay down with who you should have laid down with. Now you got a disease that can take you to the pit. You got to go back and holler at God and acknowledge, it's me. I shouldn't have done that. And he said he could pull you from going down to the pit.
Wow.
But why is that? Because he said, I found a ransom.
Yes, sir.
A ransom is the reason why. Go ahead and give me Psalm, because I want to highlight this ransom that we can holler at. But let's go to Psalm 146. Psalm 146. Because in order to have a ransom for you, that means this ransom needs to be something that's acceptable, something that's good.
Yes, sir.
I can't give you something that's putrid and dirty and say, please take this instead. Well, I don't want that. I want something that has value.
Yes, sir.
That's why you have to show, have a message show man's uprightness or his righteousness. In other words, we don't have none. We need to holler at the Holy One of Israel. Psalm 146, and we're going to pick it up at verse 5. 146 and 5. When you get there, go ahead and read.
Happy is he that hath the God of Jacob for his help.
Happy is he that hath the God of Jacob for his help. Go ahead.
Whose hope is in the Lord his God.
Who's also hoping in the Lord his God. Go ahead. Give me verse 7.
Which executeth judgment for the oppressed.
He executes judgment for the oppressed. Sometimes it could be a financial situation, and the Lord will execute judgment for someone that's going through oppression. Sometimes you can have a landlord that's giving you a hard time and doing all types of tricks. Okay, you're in a position of oppression, and the Lord can still execute a judgment on your behalf. Go ahead.
Which giveth food to the hungry.
Give food to the hungry. Go ahead.
The Lord looseth the prisoners.
And even people that's in prison, he lets them loose. There's some people that's locked up and they ain't did nothing.
Yes, sir.
Well, according to that one crime, but there was another crime they didn't get locked up for. Go ahead.
The Lord opened the eyes of the blind.
And he opens the eyes of the blind, because sometimes people have lost their vision. Go ahead.
The Lord raiseth them that are bowed down.
Some people have back problems. Sometimes they call it scoliosis, where all of a sudden their spine is out of line. So the people that bow down, he raises them. Go ahead.
The Lord loveth the righteous.
And he loves the righteous. Go ahead.
The Lord preserveth the strangers.
Even the strangers, we saw how the Lord was doing with some strangers when he preserved them. Rahab the harlot was preserved even though she was a stranger. Go ahead.
He relieveth the fatherless and widow.
The fatherless and the widow. We can see that as well. Go ahead.
But the way of the wicked,
right,
he turneth upside down.
In other words, when the wicked are, because it says the last shall be first and the first shall be last. Sometimes the wicked are in power, and he turns them upside down and puts them on the bottom. So the Lord, switches it up on them. So now let's take a look at, because who is doing all this? Let's go to Luke chapter 4. Let's go to Luke chapter. Y'all thought I was going to hold you on the Old Testament all day, huh? Y'all thought it was an Old Testament only lesson. Luke chapter 4. Now to the law and to the testimony.
Yes, sir.
Who was doing all these things with the blind, the lame, people that can't walk right, or have back problems and all these other ailments? Luke 4 and verse 16. 4 and 16. When you get there, go ahead and read.
And he came to Nazareth, where he had been brought up.
That's where Jesus was brought up. Go ahead.
And as his custom was, he went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day, right, and stood up for to read. So the Messiah has come in the flesh. He's coming bringing that word. Go ahead, give me verse 23 though, 23. Because he was walking down the book. But remember, the one that's bringing the healing is not always the most popular. 23. Go ahead. And he said unto them, ye will surely say unto me this proverb.
You will say unto me this proverb, this riddle, this rhyme. Go ahead.
Physician, heal thyself.
Right.
Whatsoever we have heard done in Capernaum, do also here in thy country.
In other words, he's prophesying, you will mock me when I'm on the cross and saying, if you're the Christ, then why don't you heal yourself and come down off the cross? So he's saying, you don't worry, y'all gonna mock me in the amount of time that's appointed. Go ahead.
And he said, verily I say unto you, no prophet is accepted in his own country.
That's right. Go ahead.
But I tell you of a truth.
Right.
Many widows were in Israel in the days of Elias.
Now, why is he doing this? He's letting it be known that I'm not going to be accepted in my own country because he's doing this in Nazareth, right? But he's going to show that there's going to be people beyond where he's from that's going to turn around and pay respect unto him and the mission that he's carrying out, just like they did with other prophets. So he said, I tell you of a truth, many widows were in Israel. Go ahead.
When the heaven was shut.
Hit it from the top. I'm sorry.
Top of 25.
Yep.
But I tell you of a truth. Many widows were in Israel in the days of Elias.
In the days of Elias. Or you listen. Go ahead.
When the heaven was shut up.
I'm sorry, Elijah. Go ahead.
Elijah. When the heaven was shut up 3 years and 6 months.
3.5 years. Go ahead.
When great famine was throughout all the land.
When there was a great famine. Go ahead.
But unto none of them was Elias sent.
But he wasn't sent to no Israelites. Go ahead.
Save unto Sarepta, a city in Sidon,
right?
Unto a woman that was a widow.
So the Zidonian woman is the one that looked out for the Israelite prophet because Israel didn't want to hear the prophets that was sent unto them. He's saying, go ahead.
And many lepers were in Israel.
Many lepers were in Israel. Go ahead.
In the time of Elias the prophet.
And now this is Elisha the prophet. Go ahead.
And none of them was cleansed.
And none of them were cleansed. Go ahead.
Saving Naaman the Syrian.
So he showed Naaman the Syrian being cleansed, and the widow woman that was from Zidon, which was a Canaanite, who turned around and housed these two famous prophets, but Israel didn't want to hear them. Because what is he showing here? He's showing that if you want to be healed, you go to him, not him to you. Because it's an action thing. They say, well, if they can really do those miracles, why don't they walk through the hospital walls? That's him going to you according to your faith. You going to him according to what the book say. That's the missing ingredient. So while he's here in their town, he's like, you are not even going to come to me to get the healing that I could give you because you don't want to. Go ahead and give me 28.
And all they in the synagogue, when they heard these things, were filled with wrath.
Now, they didn't say he lied. They were just upset. The context that he put in it. Go ahead.
And rose up and thrust him out of the city and led him unto the brow of the hill whereon the city was built.
That's right.
That they might cast him down headlong.
That they might cast him down headlong. Go ahead.
But he, passing through the midst of them, went his way.
Right.
And came down to Capernaum, a city of Galilee.
Right.
And taught them on the Sabbath days.
And taught them on the what?
The Sabbath days.
And he kept on every Sabbath, teaching something to someone new. Teaching something new to someone new. Constantly. But now we're seeing this operation, right?
Yes, sir.
Because remember, the Lord said he will raise him up because he found a ransom. But let's go to Luke 13. Luke chapter 13. Like I said, there's more to these stories. Luke 13, and we're going to pick it up at verse 10. Because the thing that I love how what it's showing me is when Jesus was walking the earth, all you had to do is go near him. And a lot of times you can find him on which day? The Sabbath. Just make it to class. And something may happen.
Sir.
Luke 13 and verse 10. When you get there, go ahead and read.
And he was teaching in one of the synagogues on the Sabbath.
Right, because we just saw that he was teaching them on the Sabbath days, right? So he doing what he already said. If you want to get the healing, it's going to be at the same spot, same time, right?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Verse 11. And behold, there was a woman which had a spirit of infirmity 18 years.
Infirmity is sickness. But she had the sickness 18 years. Go ahead.
And was bowed together.
And was bowed together. She had such a back problem. It's like her face was on her kneecaps. That's how bad it was. But she still made it to class.
Wow.
So when you showing that, you ain't even have to open your mouth. Your actions doing all the talking. Go ahead.
And could in no wise lift up herself. And when Jesus saw her, he called her to him and said unto her, Woman, thou art loosed from thine infirmity.
It said when he saw her. So while he's teaching, the fact that she made it through the door, woman, you lose. Because your actions showing your faith. Go ahead.
And he laid his hands on her, and immediately she was made straight and glorified God.
Immediately. Go ahead.
And the ruler of the synagogue answered,
here we go. Here we go. The people that are over exuberant over it are now not even giving God credit on what's happening, because he doesn't understand the original physician was God. So he thinks he's acting like a doctor. No, the original doctor was God, who performed the first surgery and brought forth woman from Adam.
God.
It was God that put Adam to sleep. He is the original physician. Go ahead.
And the ruler of the synagogue answered with indignation, because that Jesus had healed on the Sabbath day,
right?
And said unto the people, there are 6 days in which men ought to work.
Now, just stop and pay attention to this. It said that she had stopped and glorified God. Do you know how much crying and shouting and jubilation and crying those probably going on at that same time? Meanwhile, he gonna come up in 6 days when men got to work, as if God broke a commandment, and there's no commandment saying that you can't do good on the Sabbath day, especially healing. Meanwhile, it's probably some emotional people like, I can't believe it. 18 years, and God finally gave me a delivery. Meanwhile, he's so caught on the legalistic part that he's not giving God glory because he didn't even see God in the prophecies. Do y'all see this? Go ahead.
There are 6 days in which men ought to work. In them, therefore, come and be healed, and not on the Sabbath day. The Lord then...
Hold on, I can't be healed on the Sabbath day? That don't make sense. Then what are you praying for? Go ahead.
Then the Lord then answered him and said, thou hypocrite, doth not each one of you on the Sabbath loose his ox or his ass from the stall, and lead him away to watering? And ought not this woman, being a daughter of Abraham,
go ahead,
whom Satan hath bound?
Who has bound?
Satan.
Satan was right. That's why I said the spirit of infirmity, 18 years. A spirit of sickness on her, 18 years. Go ahead.
Whom Satan hath bound, lo, these 18 years, be loosed from this bond on the Sabbath day.
Right. Woman, thou art loosed on the
Sabbath.
Because she showed that faith, and that prayer was answered immediately. But let's keep going. Let's go to Matthew chapter 9. Because like I said, Job said, I have found a ransom. Who is that ransom? Ransom is I go in place of someone else. Let them go free if I give you this ransom. Matthew chapter 9, and pick it up at verse 1. Matthew 9 and verse 1, because all we seeing very clearly the healing hand of the Lord. Go ahead.
And he entered into a ship,
right,
and passed over,
right,
and came into his own city. And behold, they brought to him a man sick of the palsy, laying on a bed. And Jesus, seeing their...
You see what they did? They're bringing him. So the people that's carrying him have faith that we know who to get you to. So they're bringing it to him. Go ahead.
Laying on a bed.
Right.
And Jesus, seeing their faith, said unto
or seeing their what?
Seeing their faith.
He saw their faith. Don't forget that key ingredient. He's like, okay, you doing all this work just to bring him to me. I see that you are operating in faith. Go ahead.
Jesus, seeing their faith, said unto the sick of the palsy, Son, be of good cheer, thy sins be forgiven thee. And behold, certain of the scribes said within themselves, this man blasphemeth.
That is us. Sir, man, and someone gonna say, oh, he lied. I can't believe he said that. This dude blasphemy. He's saying all this in his head, though, right? But God knows what's in your head. Go ahead.
And Jesus, knowing their thoughts, said, wherefore think ye evil in your hearts? For whether it is easier to say, thy sins be forgiven thee,
right,
or to say, arise and walk. But that ye may know that the Son of Man hath no power on earth to forgive sins. Then saith he to the sick of the palsy.
That the Son of Man hath power on earth to forgive sins. Yeah.
Then saith he to the sick of the palsy, arise, take up thy bed, and go unto thine house.
Arise, pick up your bed, and go to your house. He was healed. On which day?
The Sabbath day.
There it is as well. That's the end of verse 6?
Yes, sir.
Jump down to verse 20. Verse 20. Because people started catching on like, hold up. Because everybody got different types of ailments. But they started realizing that we could utilize the exact same source,
Mm-hmm.
no matter what the diagnosis is.
Mm-hmm.
Give me verse 20.
And behold, a woman which was diseased with an issue of blood 12 years
Now, she had a problem for 12 years. Go ahead.
came behind him and touched the hem of his garment.
Do you see what's happening?
Mm-hmm.
She's going to him. Go ahead.
For she said within herself, if I may touch his garment, I shall be whole.
That's that faith. Now, how do you have that faith? Because someone started acknowledging that according to the prophecies, someone's going to start doing some healings and miracles, signs and wonders. So believing the scriptures and seeing what they're seeing in their eyes and the Messiah's there in person, all I got to do is go to him. He going to make it all right. So what we're seeing within herself is her faith. Go ahead.
But Jesus turned him about. And when he saw her, he said, daughter, be of good comfort.
Right.
Thy faith hath made thee whole.
What made thee whole?
Thy faith.
You keep seeing this ingredient. That faith is being shown or evidenced by your actions. So people try to say, her faith, just have faith, just have faith. But that faith, you saw her going through a crowd, fight. You know how hard it is for a guy to fight through a crowd? Imagine a woman with the issue of blood fight through a crowd just to get to his hem. He said, no, your faith made you whole. You good. It stopped immediately. Faith. Go ahead.
And the woman was made whole from that hour.
That hour. Jump down to verse 26. Because, you know, the people started hearing about, you know, it's someone that can work that out, right? I know a guy that knows a guy, right? Word started getting around. Verse 26.
And the fame hereof went abroad into all the land. And when Jesus departed thence, 2 blind men followed him, crying and saying, thou son of David, have mercy on us.
Right. Now, how are 2 blind men going to follow him? They can't really see him. They're using all their other senses trying to figure out. I think he's over here, but they're calling out to him from a position of blindness, trying to get to him, even though they can't see. God be catching that. Go ahead.
And when he came, and when he was come into the house, the blind men came to him.
They came to him. Go ahead.
And Jesus saith unto them, believe ye that I am able to do this?
He could have just did it, but he wanted to ask a question to see where your mindset is, because your mindset dictates a whole lot of different things. But the book says the eyes of a wise man are in his head. That's why we can see blind people with understanding. Go ahead.
They said unto him, yea, Lord. Then touched he their eyes, saying, according to your faith be it unto you.
According to your what?
Faith.
According to your faith. They didn't just say, Jesus, Jesus. They say, Jesus, thou son of David. Because that means you are the one that's going to sit on his throne. Prophet. You are the one that's going to have the kingdom. You are the one that's going to reign over all the 12 tribes of Israel. Calling him the son of David was a position of royalty that they understood from the amount of understanding that they have, even though they were blind. Your faith according to your faith, that's what's healing you. We see it consistently. Go ahead, give me verse 32. Go ahead.
As they went out, behold, they brought to him a dumb man possessed with a devil.
Dumb just means you couldn't speak. He couldn't speak. He couldn't articulate. Go ahead.
And when the devil was cast out,
and when the what?
The devil was cast out, the dumb spake.
Right.
And the multitudes marveled, saying, it was never so seen in Israel.
We ain't never seen nothing like this in Israel. But that's why we read Psalm 146, showing the things that he's going to do in Israel. 35.
And Jesus went about all the cities and villages, teaching in their synagogues.
Hold on, teaching in the synagogues. On what day was he teaching?
And preaching the gospel of the kingdom.
On what day was he teaching?
The Sabbath.
In their synagogues. I was just showing the consistency here. Go ahead.
Teaching in the synagogues and preaching the gospel of the kingdom.
Right.
And healing every sickness.
Some
and every
sicknesses. A few sicknesses.
Every
didn't say that.
Every
one of them. All of them. You could be whole. So if you had 2 or 3 of them, they gone. Because he said he was healing every sickness. They couldn't even say, well, we got one he can't deal with. They couldn't even bring someone that was dead that he couldn't raise up. Don't even bother him. It's too late. His powers don't oversee this, because don't trouble the master because your daughter has died. He said, don't even listen to that. Just believe only, she shall be made whole. Even death because all that is something that's trying to take down that same body.
Mm-hmm.
But who made the body in the first place?
Mm-hmm.
Him. We finished 35.
The bottom of 35.
Go ahead.
And healing every sickness and every disease among the people.
That's right. Go backward to Isaiah chapter 8. Why is he doing all this? Remember, because the Pharisees at that time, yeah, they were trying to teach, but they weren't teaching. They didn't have the full understanding yet. They knew someone was coming, but they didn't have the full picture yet and how it's supposed to play out. Because remember, Jesus had to die for other people.
Mm-hmm.
He was the ransom. Isaiah chapter 8, I just want verse 18. Because this was already put here before he came. Go ahead.
Behold, I and the children whom the Lord hath given me are for signs and for wonders in Israel.
Hold on. For signs and wonders in where?
In Israel.
That's why they said we ain't never seen nothing like this in Israel. This man just healing everybody. And he ain't even charging them for it. But that doesn't mean that, like I said, you don't have physicians. He was just getting straight to the source. That didn't mean people didn't get sick afterwards later on as well. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We just showing how he's showing. All right, now,
Mm-hmm.
this is that refreshing.
Mm-hmm.
This is the refreshing. But let's go to Lamentations.
And finish 18.
Finish that.
From the Lord of hosts, which dwelleth in the Mount Zion.
That's right. Now Lamentations chapter 3. Because this whole time I've been showing you a lot of physical ailments, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we have this thing that we call it today in this generation. They call it mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Mental diseases.
Mm-hmm.
They have to diagnose where your mental is at, or what's operating, or what's not operating, what's off, what's in line. We have mental health, but we forgot who can bring about the mental disease. Let's see where the mental disease comes from. Lamentations chapter 3. Lamentations chapter 3, and pick it up at verse 11. Because this is Israel's being lamentation or lamenting means about sadness and mourning. So when they was kicked out, they're going through the sadness and mourning. Go ahead, give me verse 11.
He hath turned aside my ways.
God has turned aside the right way that I need to go. Go ahead.
And pulled me in pieces.
We have been pulled in pieces. Go ahead.
He has made me desolate. He has bent his bow.
Hold on. God has a bow. You know what they call a bow and arrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said he bent his bow. That means like an archer. He bent his bow.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
He has bent his bow,
right,
and set me as a mark for the arrow.
The mark. That's that target.
Uh-huh.
I'm the bullseye. He bent his bow and he's aiming it at me. Go ahead.
He has caused the arrows of his quiver to enter into my reins.
He's hitting me into my what? Reins. Reins is your mind. I'm getting hit mentally by his arrows, and it's entering my mental. Someone's firing at me. Go ahead.
Verse 14.
Uh-huh.
As I was a derision to all my people, and their song all the day.
Now they're talking about the person with the mental disabilities. Now they're making fun of me because I got a mental disability, or I'm not all the way right, or the elevator ain't going all the way up, or the lights ain't on upstairs. Someone got hit with one of his arrows that's coming from his quiver. So let's see, the same one that can destroy or break down is the same one that puts back together and heals.
Yes, sir.
Let's go now to Luke chapter 8. Luke chapter 8. Because they think you can prescribe your way out of that. No, you can't. You may be able to try to manage some of the symptoms, but what's the first thing you say? John off his meds.
John tripping.
That's what they say, right?
He
off his meds. So you got to refill his prescription. Police coming to the house. I don't know what to do about him. Right? He hasn't had his medication in days. He stopped taking his meds. Now the police don't know what to do, and they over exerting force on the said person. You see what I'm saying? But I'm showing where that arrow came from. And the book tells us he knows how to shoot at your mind. And we think we can outsmart him. Every day the Sabbath. Okay, keep thinking that if you want to. Luke chapter 8 and verse 26. Verse 26, when you get there, go ahead and read.
And they arrived at the country of the Gadarenes, which is over against Galilee. And when he went forth to land, there he met him out of the city a certain man which had devils long time.
A certain man meets him. Go ahead.
Met him out the city a certain man which had devils long time, and wear no clothes.
He naked. Go ahead.
Neither abode in any house, but in the tombs.
This dude always outside near the graveyards naked, talking to himself. That's what's happening here. Go ahead.
When he saw Jesus, he cried out and fell down before him, and with a loud voice said, "What have I to do with thee, Jesus, thou Son of God Most High? I beseech thee, torment me not." For he had...
Because in other words, what it's showing is just because someone says Jesus, Son of God, doesn't mean you don't have a devil on you still. I can show where Saul had an evil spirit on him, and he turned around and was prophesying. And they said, Saul, one of the prophets? That doesn't mean that you have the right spirit just because you prophesied. Because remember, angels was kicked out of heaven. They were already near some of this understanding. So you see some of their old habits. Go ahead.
Top of 29. For he had commanded the unclean spirit to come out of the man. For oftentimes it had caught him.
Right.
And was kept bound with chains and fetters.
Right. They was locking him up. Go ahead.
And he brake the chain, brake the bands, and was driven of the devil into the wilderness.
Just like you saw how Nebuchadnezzar couldn't stay in the house. They had to keep him outside with the livestock. He barking at the moon. But he was just king. Right. Because the Lord knows how to aim at your mindset. Go ahead.
And Jesus asked him, saying, "What is thy name?" Right. And he said, "Legion." Because many devils were entered into him. And they besought him that he would not command them to go out into the deep. And there was there a herd of many swine feeding on the mountain.
That's right.
And they besought him that he would suffer them to enter into them. And he suffered them.
Right.
Then went the devils out of the man and entered into the swine, and the herd ran violently down a steep place into the lake, where and were choked.
Which, you know what that was letting you know? That if those devils would have kept messing with that man, he would have committed suicide. Because they don't understand that a mental illness doesn't cause everything to happen right away. It builds up and it builds up and it builds up until it apexes and you decide to just off yourself. But what it did is it did it with those pigs instead of dealing with him. So he was spared, because a lot of these things that people kill themselves, they say it's from ill treatment. I said, no, it's because you got a spirit dealing with you and you don't want to acknowledge it for what it is. The Lord will aim at you and make you homosexual. I can read that to you. You want to keep fornicating? I got the special brand you ain't even think you was about to be doing. Now they doing it because you was preaching wrong. We can read that. Go ahead.
Top of 34. When they had fed them, saw what was done, they fled and went and told it in the city and in the country.
Everyone, you won't believe what just happened. Keep going.
Then when they went out to see what was done and came to Jesus and found the man out of whom the devils were departed, sitting at the feet of Jesus, clothed and in his right mind, and they were afraid.
He clothed in his right mind. Probably had a three-piece suit on. I don't know. He was clean, hair fried, dyed, laid to the side, looking good in his right mind. This brother was distinguished. And he showed, look, I'm able to do this. It's not just physical. I can get your mind right. Because when someone has a mental disease, that's another way of taking away someone's wisdom. The Lord shows I can take away wisdom, or I can give you the mind of a beast. I can switch up your mind. Or he talked about a thing like the ostrich. Watch this, how I can take away the ostrich mindset so they don't even realize when they drop their eggs, it can get crushed. They don't even consider it because I took away their wisdom. When you turn around and start fighting against God, he starts making your elevator go down and down. And you try to catch yourself so it don't go down no further. You could go back up to where you was like Nebuchadnezzar did. He said, I extol the God of heaven, and I realized he's the one that reigns among men. His elevator was allowed to go back up. Catch it, but that requires accountability and humility. Two ingredients that we have to fight to always make sure it's part of our arsenal. Sometimes it's not just quoting scripture. Sometimes it's having the perfect heart. Mindset. Okay, I'm acting too big for my britches. I need to go humble myself and seek the Lord and pray with supplication. I need to take a break and do a self-check or self-examination, which is allowed. That's not against the law. But let's go now to John. Yeah, give me 36. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
They also which saw it told them by what means he that was possessed of the devils was healed.
In other words, God got credit for it. They didn't say, oh, good thing he took that Zoloft. They didn't say that, did they?
No.
By way that man was healed. But you know what? It doesn't tell us what his mindset was before then, because he could have been well distinguished before then, and he started messing around and fornicating. And then the Lord messed with his mindset. Be careful. Let's go now to John chapter 3. John 3. Doing decent on time. John chapter 3. Because what the Lord is doing is he's trying to tie in some of the concepts that we read before, and he's trying to make it known. I'm still showing the continuation of me healing, me making whole, me making someone at one, me bringing someone to peace, me bringing someone to a position of ease. Let's take a look at John chapter 3 and verse 14. When you get there, go ahead and read.
And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness,
right,
even so must the Son of Man be lifted up.
We went back and read that already, though, right? In number 21, where they had the brass serpent. He said the same way they did that, I need to be lifted up, because all of that was really pointing to the one who really heals, which was him. They didn't have to go to a brass serpent when Jesus was walking on that day, because he's the one with skin like burnt brass that you have to go to in the first place. So now he has to be lifted up. Go ahead.
That whosoever believeth in him,
whosoever, go ahead,
should not perish,
right,
but have eternal life.
Right. But remember, you had to go to the brass serpent and lay your eyes upon it, the same way you now need to go to the one that's going to be lifted up. That's the one that's going to do the real healing. That's in 15?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Give me verse 19. Because he's going to show what the problem is. What gets people in trouble is that they don't want to come to the source of the healing. Verse 19. Go ahead.
And this is the condemnation.
Right.
That light is come into the world.
Light is come. Truth is come into the world. Go ahead.
And men loved darkness rather than light.
And that's the reason why they're not showing up. Because it said they love darkness rather than light. Go ahead.
Because their deeds were evil.
Because they knew what they were doing was really wrong and they don't want to be corrected. Go ahead.
For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light.
Because everyone that does evil, they don't just, we have different opinions. They start hating the light. Go ahead.
Neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved.
That's why even the Garden of Eden, you had Adam and Eve now hiding from God. Well, hold up. There was no reason you had to run from God in the first place, but because someone started changing your opinion and dropping different information that was not true, now you start hating God. Hide from him. What he want with us now? Fat man, let's put some leaves on. Go ahead.
Verse 21. But he that doeth truth cometh to the light.
But the person that's trying to do the truth, trying to be right, they have no problem coming to the light, knowing that there's some tweaking and refining. Go ahead.
That his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in God.
That my deeds may be proven that they are worked in the words of God. I'm walking in God's words. I need to go verify and prove that I'm not living according to how I want to, but according that is wrought or worked on that rock, which is God. I'm not on building my house on sand. I'm building my house on a rock. So when you come, you start learning more and more and proving more and more. I do have a solid foundation, which is the word of God. Let's go. That was 21, right?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Let's go to Malachi chapter 3. Malachi 3. Because sometimes you want to do everything you can so the Lord will do what he did for David. And he told Satan, it's enough. Put your sword up. That's enough. He repented him of the evil and made it stop. So sometimes you have to see, okay, is there something else I can do to kind of make that, how can I say, help solidify my prayer being heard? And if I have a fallen angel trying to work against me, I can holler at God. Malachi chapter 3. Malachi 3 And can we read 10 and 11?
Mm-hmm.
10 and 11. Malachi 3, 10 and 11. When you get there, go ahead and read. Go ahead.
Bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse, that there may be a meat in mine house. And prove me now herewith, saith the Lord of hosts, if I will not open you the windows of heaven,
right,
and pour out you out a blessing,
right,
that there shall not be room enough to receive it.
Well, sometimes we can see where a particular blessing is let go after someone bringing in all the tithes. Well, I brought in about 50% of it, but the book said bring it all in. Go ahead.
And I will rebuke the devourer.
There it goes right there. I will rebuke who?
The devourer.
I will rebuke the devourer. So the same way that I saw that he rebuked Satan in other instances, sometimes I can see it can be connected to my tithes. Oh, this is how I can get this guy off my back. Go ahead.
For your sakes.
For our sakes. Go ahead.
And he shall not destroy the fruits of your ground. Neither shall your vine cast her fruit before the time in the field.
Because if he comes to kill, steal, and destroy, sometimes you making sure you got this covered, you have another reason according to the prophecies, according to the law, according to the prophets of where God can now rebuke the devourer. Get up off them, get away from them, and he sends that angel because he said, I'll send down a blessing from heaven, right? But we don't see nothing coming from heaven just dropping, right?
Nope.
Because it's a spiritual operation, just like in Jacob's ladder, it was angels going up and down and up and down. All of a sudden, you got backup, right? Even Gabriel had to ask for backup when he was held up by Satan. Then Michael showed up and was like, you better get up off him. Satan had to back up because he can now send your backup. We're allowed to call for that. Just like police are calling for backup. You can do that. But sometimes you need to make sure that you got everything else in order so it kind of helps your cause of what you're requesting for. That's all. That's all that is. So let's go now to James chapter 1. James chapter 1. Because sometimes someone may not know what to do. I love how James 1 says to make this request, and all of a sudden you'll start understanding what needs to be done. Because it was very interesting that David knew what to do. I need to go buy this lot of property. I need to turn around and do this offering there on this property. I need to do it's like, where did he get all this understanding to go do this, and boom, it caused everything to stop. That took understanding. James 1, and we can see other instances when they left Egypt, there was a plague going through the camp. And all of a sudden, then Moses and Aaron fell on their faces before God. Then had Aaron turn to go bring the sacrifice in the midst of the camp because the plague is going through the camp. He knew what to do. That took understanding. James 1 and verse 5. When you get there, go ahead and read.
If any of you lack wisdom,
right, let
him ask of God.
Now, I love this verse because sometimes it's like, dang, do I need to do this study? Do I need to read this way? He says sometimes you need to ask for permission.
Yes.
God, am I allowed to get understanding from your word? Sometimes we forget to do that. We banging on the door. Did you ask the owner of the house?
Wow.
He can open the door, but we forget to ask for permission. Go ahead.
That giveth to all men liberally and upbraideth not. And it shall be given him.
And it shall be given. Go ahead.
But let him ask in faith.
Now, what does that mean, ask in faith? In other words, this is someone that's trying to be in line with God according to what is written, the word of God. So that is now someone asking in faith. Go ahead.
Nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea driven with the wind and tossed.
Lord, I really want you to help me understand the 70 weeks of Daniel. With this woman in my bedroom I'm not married to. I'm wavering. Right. And don't expect to get an answer from God if I don't want to operate in faith. It didn't say operate in a little faith over here and a dash over there. No, you need to go ahead and humble yourself and start controlling that carnal self so you can turn around and now get that spiritual upgrade. Because I can't pour new wine into old wine skin. It's just going to waste it all on the floor. Go ahead.
Verse 7. For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord.
He said, you're not going to receive nothing. Go ahead.
A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
Right, because you righteous Saturday during the day, day. But when that nightfall hit and that beat dropped, all of a sudden you do a whole lot of things you shouldn't be doing. I ain't saying music is bad. I'm just saying the other things you do after you hear the music. That's what I'm saying. I know. Go ahead.
And that was the end of 8.
That's in the 8?
Yes.
Perfect. Let's go ahead and keep it moving. Let's go now to 1 Corinthians chapter 12. Because what I'm doing is I'm now looking at the church itself. The church body itself. He gives a little instruction. He gives a layout. He gives a template. 1 Corinthians chapter 12. Because it starts with just asking. And then when you ask, you start finding out that there's people that the Lord sets up to handle just this thing. 1 Corinthians 12, and pick up at verse 1. 12 and 1. Now,
Concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I will not have you ignorant.
Right? Don't be ignorant. In other words, I want you to have understanding. Jump down to verse 4. Go ahead.
Now, there are diversities of gifts.
Right?
But the same Spirit.
So there's a diverse array of gifts, right? Because everyone has, sometimes we call them talents. There's a diverse array of gifts. Go ahead.
And there are differences of administrations. But the same Lord.
With the same Lord. Go ahead.
And there are diversities of operations.
Right.
But it is the same God which worketh all in all.
That's right. He's the one that's the core and the center. Go ahead.
But the manifestation of the Spirit is given to every man to profit withal.
In other words, the manifestation is given to someone to profit someone else other than him or her. It's meant to profit somebody else. Sometimes they be saying, oh, I want that one gift so I can da-da-da-da-da. No, it's not about you. If you want that gift, the gift is so you can help somebody else. That's what people start forgetting because they want the gift so they can be a big shot versus how can I now work through you through what I've given you to help somebody else. Oh, I got tongue tied right there. Go ahead.
Top of verse 8. For to one is given by the Spirit the word of wisdom.
Someone has some deep words of wisdom. I don't know what I'm going to do. They said this and that at the job. You talk to that one person the Lord got in the church. They do this, ask for that, do this, then pray to the Lord. See what happens. Words of wisdom. Ooh, that was in the church though, right? Because he gave it to someone in there that asked for it. Remember, that's why we went to James 1 to see if someone can ask for some understanding, and he starts giving people different types of understanding in the church to benefit you. Go ahead.
To another, the word of knowledge by the Spirit, by the same Spirit.
Someone is real good with mathematics and calculations and chemicals and all this stuff because they understand that science isn't against the Bible. They have a good understanding of that, or technology, whatever that is. That knowledge. I don't know how to do certain things on the multimedia team, but there's people that do.
Yes.
Because they have given that spirit of knowledge. Go ahead.
To another, faith by the same Spirit.
Someone else has faith. So soon as someone said, I don't know what's going on, me and my old lady having a hard time, and someone says, no, it's not going that direction. If long as you stay counted on the word of God and help reinforce you, that's that faith right there.
Sir.
Because he said this in his word, he said that in his word, and now it encourages somebody else. You see how it profits someone else other than themselves? Go ahead.
To another, the gifts of healing by the same Spirit.
And someone has the gifts of healing. This isn't saying I'm going to turn around and just prophesy over your life. This is praying and anointing because they have to make a request to God that he'll do the healing. That's what that's saying. Go ahead.
Drop down to 31. That's the end of
yeah, jump down to 31. Go ahead.
But covet earnestly the best gifts.
Hold on. Covet what?
Earnestly.
Now you know how it said thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, nor his wife, nor his master. But you are allowed to covet gifts to help other people. You are allowed to say, God, I would love to be a blessing to other people.
Wow.
You're allowed to covet that according to the book. Did we just read that?
We read that.
Covet now the best gifts. Lord, I would love to be able to speak in Spanish to help someone that's coming in to understand it in Spanish. You're allowed to say, I would love to do sign language to help the deaf understand the word of God. Covet the best gifts. Go ahead.
And yet show I unto you a more excellent way.
And you're going to start understanding the more excellent way. Because when you start coming to class thinking, man, how can I help someone today? I know someone, sisters had a hard week. They told me about it. I can't wait to give them a hug at class and let them know it's going to be okay. You can covet that. You are allowed to. That's the end of 31.
Yes, sir.
Let's go to Romans 15. Romans 15. Because when you're doing that, because it said by the same spirit, right? It's God that's in all working through all. Let's show what spirit you're operating under when you have that mindset. Romans 15 and verse 1. Romans 15 and verse 1. When you get there, go ahead and read.
We then that are strong,
because remember, you're getting strengthened by the Lord. Go ahead.
Ought to bear the infirmities of the weak.
Bear the infirmities, the sickness, the weaknesses of the weak. Go ahead.
And not to please ourselves.
Because that gift wasn't about pleasing yourself. Someone says, I'm about to speak in tongues. That's for yourself. That's not helping someone with the gospel. Go ahead. Let every one of us please his neighbor for his good to edification. So everyone's pleasing his neighbor, looking out for someone else. So when someone else says, I don't speak English that well, but someone says, I can break it down in that language, now you're pleasing your neighbor for good edification because you're edifying someone else. Go ahead. For even Christ pleased not himself. Christ didn't please himself. Go ahead. But as it is written, the reproaches of them that reproached thee fell on me. So as it is written, the people that reproach you, God, have fell on me. The reproaches of those people that reproach God, I now am carrying that weight. Go ahead. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, right? That we through patience and comfort of scriptures might have hope. That's why we did a bunch of that reading. So that way we can have patience, we can have comfort of the scriptures, and now we can increase our hope. But let's also read verse 29. Verse 29, because sometimes people think, well, I just quoted the scripture, but when you're dealing with the gospel, it's not just quoting stuff. Sometimes it's your actions and how you move as someone that proclaims to quote the scripture or have understanding of the scripture. It's the movement and how you move throughout the congregation and outside the congregation. 29. And I am sure that when I come unto you, I shall come in the fullness of the blessing of the gospel of Christ. He's coming in the fullness of the blessing. I could just quote something, but the actions can show the fullness of the gospel of the blessing. The fullness. That's when you start understanding, okay, Lord, I now have a doctrinal understanding. How can I now help someone else? Someone that's thirsty. That was some good water. I am now hydrated. How can I now hydrate others? That's what that's saying here. Now you're operating in the fullness of the blessing. And guess what? When you turn around, you start realizing my cup is overflowing. I'm thinking I'm running out. No, the Lord keeps filling up my cup as I go to fill up other people's. And it happens like that. Yes, it happens. Let's go now to James 5. James 5. And we almost out. James 5 and 13. 5 and 13. Because James 1 told us, hey, if you need some understanding of something, pray to God for that. And we're seeing that one of the things he's able to do is give one of those, the gifts of the Spirit. But in James 5, it's going to get very technical. And it might look like what we saw in other places. James 5 and verse 13. 5 and 13. When you get there, go ahead and read. Is any among you afflicted? Is anybody among you, this talking about the church, afflicted? Let him pray. Right. Is any merry? Let him sing psalms. Right. You in a good mood, sing some psalms. Go ahead. Is any sick among you? Is any sick among you? Go ahead. Let him call for the elders of the church. Now, it didn't say let the elder church go to him. Let him, because it's an exercise of faith. Let him or her call for the elders of the church. Go ahead. And let them pray over him. And let them pray over him. Go ahead. Anointing him with oil in the name of the Lord. And the prayer of faith shall save the sick. And the prayer of faith. So now you have people that's operating in faith. No, I know the Lord can do this. So if you do this, the prayer of faith shall save the sick. But the person that has faith did what James 5 said. Called for the elders of the church and asked for them for prayer and anointing. And there's no say limit of how many times you can do this. It's unlimited.
Mm-hmm.
I got a headache. You can get anointed. I hit my toe on the dresser walking through the room. I can get anointed for that. There's no limit. It's whatever you want. That's what I said. Don't forget about his daily benefits. Go ahead.
And the Lord shall raise him up. And if he have committed sins, they shall be forgiven him.
And you can even have your sins forgiven as well. Go ahead.
Confess your faults one to another.
In other words, I know why this is happening because I shouldn't have did this. I shouldn't have did that. Whatever it is, you confessing your faults. Go ahead.
And pray one for another.
And pray one for another. Go ahead.
That ye may be healed.
That you may be healed. Go ahead.
The effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much.
So a righteous man's prayers will avail much, means can get a lot done, can cover a lot, can make a lot happen. And he uses Elijah to prove about that. But jump down to verse 19 because I want to show what verse 19 is saying. Go ahead.
Brethren, if any of you do err from the truth.
If someone, the err is like, you know how like driving a car, we can veer off. We start hitting the shoulder, you hit the rumble strips, and you almost in the ditch, right? You starting to veer off or you're in error. Or error, go ahead.
And one converted him.
And one converted him. In other words, one pulls the wheel back on the road. You was almost in the ditch. I pulled, come back this way. That's correction. Go ahead.
Let him know that he which converteth the sinner.
That the one that converts or brings them back on the road or the straight and narrow, go ahead.
From the error of his way, shall save a soul from death, and shall hide a multitude of sins.
You have saved someone from crashing out, and it says it shall hide a multitude of sins. So when you over here helping, guiding, correcting, steering, veering people, converting, whatever that is, the Lord said, yeah, I know what you did in 99 and 2000. I ain't even gonna see that no more. I know what you did back there, but now I'm gonna hide a multitude of sins.
Yes. Teach.
So now when you turn around and you realize, man, I have lived foul, and you start doing this, he's gonna say, I see that you have officially changed jerseys. You officially been traded from Satan's team to my team. And I don't even see what you were at the beginning of the season. I see how you are at the end of the season. You're going to get that championship ring because of how you end the season, not how you started. It's not where you drafted. It's where you are at the end of the season, isn't it? That's what he's saying here. It's going to hide a multitude of sins. Looks pretty good to me. I'm going to sign up for that. So now let's keep going. Let's go to Matthew chapter 20. Matthew 20. So what we saw is that in our days, that's the remedy. That's the remedy, but I just need to verify because it said I have found a ransom. I just need to verify what that ransom is. Matthew 20. Matthew 20, and we have 3 more spots. Matthew 20. Pick it up at verse 26. Matthew 20 and 26. When you get there, go ahead and read.
But it shall not be so among you.
Right.
But whosoever will be great among you,
right,
let him be your minister.
So the one that's in charge is your minister. Minister means servant. That's the servant of everybody. He has to serve everybody that he oversees. Not rule over, but be their servant or minister. Go ahead.
And whosoever will be chief among you,
right,
let him be your servant.
I like that because that makes sense, right? Now it's not a battle for the top. It's a battle of how much can I serve other people to get a multitude of sins covered. Go ahead.
Even as the Son of Man came not to be ministered unto.
He didn't come for people to serve him when he came in his ministry. Go ahead.
But to minister.
But to minister. Go ahead.
And to give his life a ransom for many.
And give his life a what?
A ransom.
That's what that ransom was when the person that was sick unto death, and it says, behold, I have found a ransom. He shall be, he shall live. His flesh shall be fresher than it was in his youth, because we have now found Christ. We pray under Christ. We, like they had the brass serpent, we look unto him that was brought on high and crucified because he's the one that's doing the healing. Isaiah 53. Isaiah 53. I'm sorry, I gotta make it 4 spots. I said 3.
Yeah,
I can't skip this one. This one too. I can't skip over this. So I thank you for an additional minute and a half. Isaiah 53 and verse 1. When you get there, go ahead and read. Go ahead.
Who hath believed our report?
Who believed our report? Go ahead.
And to whom is the arm of the Lord revealed?
Because the arm of the Lord, that's the one on the right hand. Who has he been revealed to? Give me verse 4. Go ahead.
Surely he hath borne our griefs.
He carried our griefs. Go ahead.
And carried our sorrows.
Go ahead.
Yet we did esteem him stricken.
Well, we esteemed him stricken from who?
Smitten of God.
Right.
And afflicted.
We said, look, he upset God. Now God afflicted him. Go ahead.
But he was wounded for our transgressions.
But we didn't realize that he was wounded for our transgressions. Go ahead.
He was bruised for our iniquities.
He was bruised for our iniquities. Go ahead.
The chastisement of his peace was upon him.
The chastisement of our peace was upon him. Go ahead.
And with his stripes we are healed.
And by his stripes we are healed. Through his stripes. Why? Because if I fail a test, but there's an A student in the class, and the A student says, look, I know you failed. Put my name over your test and put your name over mine. Let's swap. But in order for that to pass, you need to be able to walk and talk like me, or else it's not going to look like the real thing. Didn't they show that in that class act? If we're going to swap positions, I'm going to help you pass. I'm going to let you put my name here, and I'm going to put your name there, but you have to now walk like me. That's what needs. That's why it says, he was wounded for our transgressions and he was bruised for our iniquities. So it looked like he flunked when he was crucified, when he was really giving us a passing grade.
Yes, sir.
Do y'all see that? Do y'all see that? Go ahead and give me verse 8.
He was taken from prison and from judgment. And who shall declare his generation?
And when he dies, that's the end of his entire generation. His yearbook for that graduating class would have just been him, because Herod went and killed all the 2 years old and under. So when he died, who's going to declare his whole generation? Go ahead.
For he was cut off out of the land of the living. For the transgressions of my people was he stricken.
For the transgressions of my people was he stricken. But now we know by whose stripes we are healed. We now know who that ransom is. So Acts chapter 9, let's see people operating with that wisdom and what God gave them.